Well, it's 32 minutes after 8 o'clock, and I'll call the March 14th of the Commissioners' meeting to order. The first item on there would be public input. Anybody have any public input or any public comments? Yes, Mr. Brown.
So this is where they hold county government?
This is where they hold county government? What do you mean?
It's the first meeting in maybe a month? I'm just being facetious.
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay.
We haven't had a meeting in
Yep.
however long.
We missed 2 meetings.
Is that all it was?
Yep.
Seems like more than that.
Okay.
Just a quick question. Is
Yeah,
somebody
Will?
driving like a silver Jeep Liberty looking Jeep of any sort down there?
I think someone that works here does.
I can't figure out who. They left their lights on down there.
Maybe it may be in the
Black
deeds
hair,
office.
glasses.
I don't know.
I think she works here. Somebody works here, I think.
I told the business office about it.
Do we have any further public comments? If not, we'll start right in with you. We do have bids to open up after 11 o'clock regarding the plant landscaping, and we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bids. And we do have a non-public session where we will be interviewing recording secretary for this meeting. I believe we have 3 candidates. We do also have the report for the jail from O'Mara. That will be open to the public.
Give us, it's all I took so far.
Good morning, Marcia.
That's the minutes I've taken so far. We didn't
We
get
just
very...
opened up the minutes, okay? Open up the meeting. Morning, Will.
Good morning. Just have a few things for the commissioners.
The chill after recorder, do you know that?
I had no idea.
The first thing to start off with, I sat down with Rob at the kitchen the other day, yesterday, the day before. Talked about what vegetables he could use to grow in there. I like to try to touch base with him every spring before we start ordering seeds. Ordered the tomato seeds. There are a couple new things that we're going to try this year for Rob, but we talked about the tomatoes that we're going to start in the shop, the plants. Got those seeds ordered. I didn't order the rest of the seeds, waiting for the budget to be passed and everything, but the tomatoes we do need to get started with in the next couple of weeks, so that's why we just made that order. The heater in the grinding building is all replaced. That was done, I think, last week on Monday. So that got put in. Everything seems to be good. Nothing, we got lucky, no freeze-ups. So we got that placed in. The white Ford truck, we're still working on that clutch. It's been a real pain in the butt, but we're still giving it a try. Matter of fact, the guys are down there working on it right now. So something we're still working on. Some of my notes were from last week, but we did a lot of cleanup with that last snow. It really, we got that big chunk of snow there, that one storm, that really made a difference, which was kind of a good thing for us because we haven't had too many good big storms this year to learn what's going to happen with the snow piles and such. And it did show of had to come back and push a lot of snowbanks back and stuff, which I'll have to report to the landscape committee this afternoon. That I think that's going to make be important to know. So it's kind of a good thing to experience on that end. We had a breakdown with the backhoe, a high-pressured hydraulic line. It was a small little copper line in there. Fortunately, took a little bit, but fortunately we were able to fix it. It's been good ever since, knock on wood. Haven't had any problems with that. Working on inspections for our trucks. This month is inspection time. The big delivery truck gets done every 6 months, and we brought it in for a few. We serviced it, oil changes, all those types of things, and then there was a few things that we had to replace, a couple tail lights, things like that. Little stuff on it for.
That's the new one?
The
new truck?
Yeah, I guess
The
you
big
say
new truck.
The big new truck.
Yeah.
We're going on 4 years of having it now, so the newness
Not
is
anymore.
starting to wear off, but it's still staying in good shape.
Okay.
I sat down with Russ Norton here, I think it was last week, to talk about fertilizer applications, and we reviewed some of the soil samples we've taken to see what we need, and come to a conclusion. He showed me some recommendations that he would say and whatnot, so I got kind of an idea of what we want to do. Once we get the fertilizer, the budget passed, then I'll look at, going out to find the best price that we can for the fertilizer, and with the the numbers that we want, basically. We got a cost for putting in the water meters.
Right.
We had EJP is who we work with a lot for things like that.
Yeah.
They're one of the better ones in the state. The salesman came out once, went around with Wayne. He explained everything to the salesman. The salesman had a rough idea but wasn't real confident, so he came back at another date with their expert plumber guy that installs these things.
Mhm.
So then the three of them went around and looked at the whole thing, and then he was able to give the prices. I have the actual facts that breaks down parts, labor, all that here.
Okay.
In the event of saving copies, I just summarized the totals down there
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
We're looking at $15,500 for the 5 buildings to get water meters. And I know that was asked, I believe that was asked by some of the delegation members to get a price
Yep.
on that.
Yep.
So we do have that.
Okay. Do we have, where are our meters for propane? We have one on this building.
Right, we have one on this building, we have one on the jail, and I believe that they put one on, and they did put one on the new nursing
New
home.
nursing home.
Right,
So the only building is the old nursing home we don't have a meter on.
right.
Okay.
And those were quite, I don't remember the exact cost, but those were quite costly.
Yes.
I believe also when we ran into that issue with the new nursing home.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't have anything, is there any questions that I could answer for you?
Commissioners have any questions of Will?
No.
No?
No.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, have a good day.
Will, how much were the meters, the water meters?
Excuse me, help me here.
15,500
The 5 of them?
David,
for,
he can.
5, yes.
interrupt. You have to tell him he has to raise his hand.
Yeah.
And he may or may not have that.
and who was it that got those prices?
EJP, Wayne worked with our salesman that comes around for EJP, we deal a lot with them.
EJ?
Yeah, EJ Prescott,
Oh, Prescott's?
they're all over New England, we do a lot of business with them. They also put on a lot of classes that we take for our licensing. They're a pretty big company in
Yeah,
the state for that.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ellen?
Ed has a question.
Yes, Ed?
I would just like to make a suggestion. When somebody comes up to the bench to speak, can they please say, for the record, my name is,
Okay,
because nobody knows who the people are. Thank you.
good.
Good morning. Ellen Lassie from the Carroll County Coalition for Public Health,
Yep.
and I expect Mary Reed will be along quickly. or
We're
shortly.
early, aren't we?
Yeah, we're a little early, but I think she'll be along. First of all, I wanted to report to you that we did make application, and thank you for your support for funding as of the 1st of July going forward.
Yeah.
And as I had indicated in, I think, an email to all of you, that actually they are allowing us to expand a little bit as to what we're doing in public health and under this grant. And so while emergency management continues to be the biggest part of the grant, we did write a portion for immunizations for influenza for school-based children in the primary and middle school ages. And that's an additional $15,000 worth of funding that we are going to be optimistic that perhaps we'll be able to get that and implement that. And so, as I said, the grant went in on time with your letters of support, so thank you for that. We appreciate that. And the reason that we're here today was just to follow up on our request for a little office space. And because of the 911 and Homeland Security, we need to say that we have a location, a physical location. And right now we're using a office space out of Mary Reed's office, and that is not in Carroll County. And also, as part of this grant and all future grants, we need the DUNS number, the data identification as our business.
Right.
And we need to update that, and we're just hoping that we could somehow come to an agreement for a little bit of office space, even if it's only temporary or part-time or whatever, so that we could say that this is our location. As you know, we use the delegation room for all of our meetings. All of the emergency management training, most of it takes place here in this room, and our trailers are stored here. So we're just
Right.
really a follow-up to kind of touch base with you once again from our organization.
From what I understand, we actually don't have any facilities or any rooms available.
Yeah.
I do have a question, though.
Mhm.
And I understand the reason why you want it here, since everything else is here.
Right.
But what about using Huggins Hospital or Memorial Hospital? Would they possibly have some?
That is our backup. Huggins Hospital has agreed. I guess the organization hated to be just identified. We are countywide. We're trying to pull this all together as countywide. So, you know, if everything seems, the meetings and things seem to be happening at Huggins, that's our location. It would give the perception that, you know, that's where our emphasis might be or something. So we're hoping if this isn't available, we will look for something in the town of Ossipee, really more central. But our backup fallback plan is we do have an offer from Huggins to use their facility.
How often would the office be used?
We're thinking one day a week, one afternoon a week, just a place where our executive director could meet staffing, and especially if we get this other grant, there'll be another person, at least part-time. And so just, that was our thought. Most of the work she does, all the planning, the creating of documents, still can take place from what we call our satellite office out of her home.
Does your budget allow you to pay any rental for this?
The budget that we just proposed, we did put in some dollars for rent, not a lot. Certainly could offset any utilities or expenses that we're creating, and
I was thinking perhaps in the renovated core.
The what?
In the renovated core.
Oh, in the
that
old
was
nursing
done,
home?
yeah. But that's not going to be done for a while.
Okay. As I said, our new funding starts in July. That's our fiscal year, so we would expect and anticipate that we would certainly be paying some offsetting expenses, if not a great deal of rent.
We don't have any space other than this room. Would there be a desk and telephone and everything else involved in it?
She has a cell phone. It
Cell
might be a
phone.
file cabinet, so she wouldn't have to carry it. But I mean, that's just, we're pretty mobile. I mean, that's just the nature
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
And I think it's more for for any banking that we need to do. We need to say we have a physical location. And as I said, when we got into the grant writing, all of a sudden, since 2003, these grants all require this number, and we need to update it. And we didn't want to put some other location there if you were willing to let us. And so there wouldn't be any mail or anything coming in here. We still use our Center Ossipee post office box, and it's more for formality and occasionally holding staff meetings.
Ashley, you got any comments regarding
No,
the request?
there's a little room here across the hall.
Is that?
Yeah, that's something the county attorney wants to use.
Oh, okay.
The only other thing that possibly could be done is this room used. I mean, the wires are up there in the ceiling for, if we have an emergency, this is gonna be their command center. I don't know. Lieutenant Santuccio is on the board of directors. I don't know if there's any room in their office.
Mhm. Could we approach them, or would you prefer to approach them yourself? I mean, is it something that I could have an informal discussion with him and ask if there'd be any space that he would be aware of that we could, that isn't used on whatever day and, or, you know, afternoon or
They
something?
are moving their dispatch center across the hall. But I would assume that what was across the hall is gonna be moved
Mhm.
to replace that. But that might be a possibility there, or using this office, this room as a space.
Mhm.
I don't know, what do you,
Well, this room has a space if it is available. Sometimes there are meetings here.
yeah, if they only use it once a week,
Mhm. And we're,
and they use it
Okay.
in the afternoon or late in the afternoon, I don't believe anybody's using it. I don't think the nursing home will be using this space anymore because they'll have their own space. So as far as training, the sheriff's department might use it, delegation uses it on Mondays. I don't know, you want to think about it some more?
Yeah, I don't think there's any, as I said, I don't think there's anything available here, at least at the present time. But I have no objection to speaking with the sheriff's office
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, why don't you meet with the sheriff, or with
Mhm.
Lieutenant
Oh, just
Santuccio,
Santuccio, okay.
and see if they have a space or
And even.
a room that you could use temporarily.
Mhm.
If and when the old nursing home gets renovated, there may be space over there. Right now, I can't think of any, but just depends on how the delegation wants to carve up that building.
Mhm.
I believe your trailers are down at the farm building,
Mhm.
okay? I don't, maybe because of the plowing or something?
It was to make it easier access during the winter months.
Yeah, okay.
So again, even if that, you know, if this room, we already check on the booking and, you know, if there's changes in our meetings or whatever, we
Yeah.
kind of know the process. Is the room available? You know, we always, that's all, we never
Yeah.
set a meeting until we know that. So
Yeah.
even if that's a possibility for the short term, while
Mhm.
we kind of get our, you know, grants and everything in order, we would appreciate that. But what we,
And you say there wouldn't be any mail coming in, that you pick up the mail
Correct, we have a P.O. box.
straight from the post office? Well, I assume that we will consider it, and if you go and talk with the sheriff or with Lieutenant Santuccio,
Mhm.
and see if there's any space there that you could use as a temporary,
okay,
Okay, we can do that.
yeah,
yeah,
okay then.
okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you for coming
Appreciate
in.
your time. Yes, thank you.
Can I ask a quick question?
We're gonna hold questions till the end.
Okay, it was for those people.
I do have this for you.
Could I ask a quick question
Yeah.
before we left, just to see where the status is on the memorandum of understanding for the trailers and the maze space that I...
Trailers are no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll sign that.
And did you also receive the one for this space to use it as our MACE, our multi-agency coordinating entity in an emergency?
The only one that we received was a space that we've been talking about.
Oh, okay. I have another copy with me just in
Okay,
in
all right.
case. I will leave that with you.
all right.
And that's just for us using this room during an emergency,
Oh,
as
okay.
we'd set up before.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's see, he's not gonna be here till 9:30. Wow.
Ooh, so fast. Well, maybe we can do the minutes in the meantime?
Yeah, we have minutes that we want.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have non-public minutes, February 15, 2012.
16?
15.
15.
It doesn't say whose.
Hmm?
It doesn't say whose. It doesn't explain what this is all about.
You mean you want to add nursing home to it?
Yeah?
That's a nursing home?
No, you don't write it.
Maybe the wrong copy. Thought it said nursing home.
That's at the top, okay. Yep.
It said here the first.
I saw that, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Afterwards.
All right. Now you make a motion to...
Yeah,
Would you
I make a
motion?
motion to approve the non-public minute of February 15, 2012.
As corrected.
Or you put it, what did you put in? A comma?
Yeah, no, a period. In this country, we use a period
Oh,
for
two
that.
periods.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll second the motion. Any further discussion on the non-public? And they are sealed,
Yes,
and that's in your motion?
yes, and keep it
To
sealed.
approve them and seal them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you want a roll call?
No, we don't have to.
Yeah, I think we do.
For approving it? No.
And sealing them.
We never do that.
Hmm?
We never do that. We just approve it.
Well, let's do it just in case.
We only make a roll call when we going into non-public and if we're going out non-public. But
Okay.
for approving, we don't do
Okay.
any.
All those in support of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And so voted. You have any other minutes?
Public minutes, yes.
Okay.
I'm doing the February 15 because I don't think we approved the one from 15. February 15, 2012, public minutes.
I don't have copies of that anymore, so I don't know.
Have any corrections?
Are those
Yeah.
with the corrections already?
What?
Are those with the corrections?
Yeah, I have
Made?
just minor corrections.
Well, I had a number of corrections. Are those with the corrections that I made? I remember
No. You have corrections too?
I
Yeah.
gave them to Sandy. So I
Oh,
just want to
well,
know if that's
no.
the new, well,
No, I just fill in a couple things what you want to have an answer.
do you think that you could get the ones that I corrected? Because I gave it to her and I don't have them anymore.
I will ask her.
Thank you.
Because I have. So, well, we can do it then next week. We
Okay.
leave the February 15th.
Do you have any
I
others?
will ask Sandy what she has. I have February 22nd, 2012. See on page 1, we're talking about different bits, and I want to put emotions in it and how we voted. By Patandy, there is $9,013. There was a motion made by Commissioner Kenny, seconded by Commissioner Solomon, and all in favor. The annual report was selected for the independent for $649.
That's right.
There was a motion made by David, by Commissioner Sorensen, seconded by Commissioner Kenny, and all in favor. The third was the contract with Omnicare for the nursing home. A motion made by Commissioner Sorensen, seconded by Commissioner Solomon, and Commissioner Kenny opposed. The number there is, it was for $6,798. There was an increase of $5,250. Let's see what page I have here.
How is it that you have a different one than I do? I don't have these minutes that you're reading from.
What?
I don't
What do you
have, no, but mine had no, mine had
22nd.
different numbers.
Is that 22nd?
What? 22nd. What do you have for numbers?
Well, I had an incorrect number for the annual report, and I had no number at all for Omnicare, and nothing saying that there was any, anything about your comments on it.
Well, I believe this is the correct number. From the Omnicare, I will double check with Sandy. She
Okay.
will know. That is what I have.
There was a question that came up regarding the bid for the annual report,
Yeah, I emailed her.
and Commissioner Solomon
649.
has those, and it was
Yeah,
$649.
that is what I have.
And the other one was $694 or something like that.
Right.
So we did go with the lowest one, which was the independent, so.
Yes.
I believe we got a call from Minuteman saying that they had submitted the same number, but it wasn't the same number.
Because obviously they had what was written on this
It's
paper.
almost the same.
Oh, okay.
Page 4, by the bidding process, I said, Commissioner Kenny, for transparency, the bids needs to be open here in front of the public. Page 5, it said all the way down by Commissioner Kenny stated, it was about a credit card. It said herein, she wasn't aware there was a credit card of the county. I said I never saw the credit card of the county. And all the way down it said that
Doesn't say that I didn't see it either.
Commissioner Sorensen is the president of NACO. I think he's the president of the New Hampshire Associations of Counties.
All right.
That's what Mako is.
Page 6, by Commissioner Kenny down. When asked what she's seeing, she replied that she would bring them up. I said,